action can increase erosion of the geosphere, and the resulting sediment can be dumped into waterways where it affects the water quality within the biosphere. Fortunately, by understanding how Earth systems interact, humans can have positive impacts on the planet too. It turns the Earth systems into two on TESI is all about. Founded in 2018, TESI's mission is to advance application and application of Earth system science in a way that inspires Floridians to be effective stewards of the planet. Florida is on the front lines of massive Earth system changes that are affecting our environment, our economy, and our way of life. Now more than ever, science-based information.
I hope y'all learned something because I'm about to ask some questions while y'all doing all that talking.
We can make informed decisions about our natural resources and our future on Earth. Visit our website or follow us on social media to learn more about how these Earth system changes are affecting Florida and what we need about it.
All right. So what did they talk about in this Earth systems video? What type of systems did you hear about? A biosphere. Okay. What other type of system did you hear about? A hydrosphere. Water systems, atmosphere, anything else? Syed, what you hear in the video? Yes, so stop talking. Thank you. All right, so let's get deeper into the lesson. Follow along with your guided notes. Why is my thing not working? All right, Earth systems. Again, we're talking about Earth systems. So what is an example of some systems that we use in school? We already talked about systems that we use in school. There's a system for when you guys going to lunch. There's a system when you change classes. There's a system for when we go on field trips. A system for when we're in classes, paying attention. All of that is a system. What type of government systems do we have? Judicial, thank you. Any other systems? Representatives, legislative. Did you guys know that, I know I talked about this with my other class. I'm not sure if I mentioned it to y'all. They have what's called a designated survivor. So like let's say if Congress, the president, the vice president, the Congress, the chair, the chief of staff, everybody is at the Capitol. Well, they have a person that's called the designated survivor that's not there, and they're somewhere to disclose undisclosed location. So if something happens, like if the Capitol was to get blew up or something, and everybody, that person automatically becomes the president. I didn't know that. Yeah. So it's a show on Netflix. I'm talking. So there's a show that they brought back on Netflix called Designated Survivor. And basically, like I said, it's about if everybody in the government was to perish, meaning to die from, a disaster, that person will become the president, the designated survivor. Okay, so Earth system, the Earth as a system. What is a system again? No, because his vice president or somebody was sworn in. I'm saying like if everybody killed, like everybody, like all 1,000 people. Yeah, like if everybody, that one person is not there. And I didn't know that until like recently. I was like, oh, okay. But I always wondered that, like if something was to happen, like who gonna run the, like who, because they the ones that know the stuff. We don't know. They'll automatically be the president for, I guess, those next 4 years, and then every time they do. So like every meeting, it's not the same designated survivor. It may be a different person. Like they may choose you for this meeting, but y'all are still a part of Congress. Y'all just not there. And in this meeting, they may choose you to be it, and you never know when something gonna happen. It's just they always choose somebody. I thought that was neat. So a system is a group of parts that work together as a whole. So I know this says a system, a collection of independent parts, basically a group of parts that work together. So when you guys are in class and we do groups, you are working as a system, working together. And the earth is made up of different systems or subsystems that they call spheres. And we're going to talk about a few of those today, not all of them. I know some of those in that video we won't touch on. Okay, so earth system overview. The earth consists of 5 interacting components. We have the atmosphere. We have the biosphere. We have the hydrosphere. We have the geosphere and then the cryosphere. So we're going to examine these a little bit further in detail. When you think of atmosphere, what do you think of? What does atmosphere mean?
The world, like the environment.
Okay, almost. Think about it. Atmosphere. What am I doing?
Breathing, exhaling.
Right, so if I'm breathing, what is the atmosphere? Air. How do I breathe? With what?
Lungs.
What am I breathing?
Lungs.
What am I breathing?
Oxygen.
Oxygen with
Lungs.
carbon dioxide.
Air.
Atmo means air. So when you think of the atmosphere, think of air. Air. All of Earth's gases. So you were right, CJ, we're talking about gases. We're breathing gases. All of the Earth gases are a part of the atmosphere. It reaches the Earth's surface and goes all the way to space. So these are some atmospheres that we're not going to talk about in this particular lesson, but there's a troposphere, there's a stratosphere, there's a mesosphere, there's a thermosphere, there's an exosphere. So the exosphere is outside of the Earth or outside of the solar system. The thermosphere looks like where some rockets can go. The mesosphere is where meteorites and comets hit. The stratosphere is another area that rockets go through, and then the troposphere is like what the airplanes, are going through, so we're not outside of the atmosphere. So oxygen, water, nitrogen, vapor dust, all of those are the atmosphere. So, and I think atmosphere is on your paper. You can fill that in, the information, like I said, you want to be filling this in. So all you need to write, atmosphere means air. The Earth's gases. That's it. That's all you need to remember. Hydrosphere. What's the word hydro mean? Water. No water, no life. Most of the earth is made up of water. 70% of earth is made up of water. 80% of your body is made up of water. So we need water to survive. However, only 1% of the water on earth is drinkable. Ocean water is not drinkable. You can filter it, you can boil it. But if you drink salty earth water, you're going to get dehydrated and eventually die because your body cannot handle it. So the sphere, this sphere, the hydrosphere is everywhere. Air, land, underground. It's everywhere. Because water is underground. And it's actually, I actually believe, like, me and my theories, but whatever. I actually believe, like, our atmosphere, like outside of that, the way that the word, like, it's water. Like, I believe, like, we're surrounded by water, like, period. But I won't go into that. But I do a lot of reading. And like I know the Arctic, they lied to us about that. It definitely has Greenland in the Arctic, and people do live there. Like, I mean, Greenland is not just ice. But, they have some top secret stuff there they don't want us to know about. So now they've regulated even travel there. It's not a travel agent, so people want to go book there, but it's like you have to go through so much to go there, man, because they're trying to hide. Okay, geosphere. Geo means earth.
Too much talking.
So when you're learning about world geography, you're learning about the earth. All of Earth's rocks and minerals and landforms make up the geosphere. And this reaches from the Earth's crust all the way to the Earth's core. So that means the outside of Earth Earth all the way to the inside core, the geosphere goes. And it has three main parts that we're gonna get into further in the lesson. It has the crust, the mantle, and the core. Which part y'all think is the hottest part? The core. Because when you think of core, it's the inside, like the inside of an apple, that part is the core. Biosphere. Bio is life. So when you think about biology, I studied biology, pre-med. Biology is the study of life. Bio means life. All of Earth's living organisms, so people, animals, plants, anything that's living, even some algae and things that live in the earth. In the ocean. Everything, even all the different spheres are included in the biosphere. So the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, geosphere, everything is
Good morning,
included
teachers
in-
and scholars. We want to remind all that during Flex, we are on intervention platforms. With our current
All right, let's get back into the lesson. Sarat, get back where you were. Thank you, sir. Okay, the last sphere we're going to talk about, but it's not on your paper, but you can jot it down, is the cryosphere. Basically, the cryo means ice. So basically, take the hydrosphere and freeze it. We get the cryosphere. So that's anything that was frozen. So sea ice, lake ice, river ice, snow, glaciers, frozen ground. So we just went through a cryosphere when it snowed. And again, these are the term for portions of the earth where water is solid, in this solid form. That's the cryosphere. So the Antarctic, these places, Iceland, where it's frozen, those are cryospheres of the earth. All right, thought and jot.
Said thought.
I said thought. Thought. Right.
Thoughts.
Okay, so name something that you remember about one sphere, Cameron. Name something you remember about one of the spheres we just talked about. One thing.
Well, that's easy.
Okay, hydrosphere is salty and fresh water.
Bro, I was going
That is not what you're gonna say. Gaddy, anything you remember about any of the spheres? Atmosphere is right. So shit is air. Just means air. This what I want y'all to say. I want y'all to repeat back what I'm saying. You don't have to reinvent the wheel or think of something else. Repeat what I said so I know that you're understanding what I'm saying. What was the geosphere again?
Grant.
Earth. And the hydrosphere was atmosphere, biosphere, and then the cryosphere. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to get into the layers of the earth. And I think this is on the back of your guided notes. Again, anytime because I'm going to start giving you guys my own type of quizzes. However, when I give you my own, I'm gonna allow you to use your notes, so it's a plus that you keep your notes, I'm just saying. If you don't, then you won't be able to use your notes. Alright, so the first layer is the crust. The crust, this brown layer here, it's the thinnest layer. The thinnest layer, so you can write that on your paper. The thinnest layer, 25 miles thick. That's the depth on that paper. If it asks for the depth, close these laptops. You ain't wrote nothing, so you definitely will be getting a non-participation. I'm sick of y'all. I really am.
She said he didn't get a paper.
Oh, you didn't get my paper?
What? So y'all just been sitting there the whole time without a paper? When you know you can get a paper.
Wow.
You know you didn't get a paper. The whole front of the paper filled in.
No. He said no. Everything you need to know is on the front of you.
Right.
Never
And
get
the-
publicity. She's gonna answer all your questions.
Exactly. The crust, we live on the earth's crust. And it's made up mostly of rock. Made up mostly of rock. So when it says what it's made of, or if I say what something consists of, that's composition. Composition means the makeup of something. Put the phone up, Derek, or I'm taking it.
Yo, man, I got it.
And the temperature is 392 Fahrenheit to 752 Fahrenheit. So looking at the crust and saying that it's made up of rock, so is it solid or liquid? Solid. Solid. So you should have those 4 things filled in. The temperature, the depth, the
Close the laptop.
composition, and liquid or gas. Open them laptops again. And the mantle is the thickest part. It's this red thick part here. The thickest layer. It is 1,800 miles thick. So that's the depth. 1,800 miles thick, and it consists of 2 parts: the lithosphere and the asthenosphere. Asthenosphere. My bad. And it's made up, or its composition is silicone and oxygen. So if it's made up of silicone and oxygen, is it solid or liquid? Is it solid or liquid if it's made up of silicone and oxygen? Well, what is oxygen? Can oxygen be in a liquid form?
Oh, it's
Think
solid.
about it. When like a person that has asthma, they take the breathing treatment. Is it in liquid form and it's coming through as a gas?
What's this?
Right, but it's still a liquid.
Miss breathing.
And then the mist comes through the machine. But don't you put it in as a liquid? It's a liquid. We're not gonna guess. Because it doesn't say gas as an option, so it's gonna be a liquid. But you can also say gas. You can say liquid/gas if you want to. And the temperature is 1,832 Fahrenheit to 6692 Fahrenheit. Okay, next we have the outer and the inner core. The outer and the inner core. So the outer core is liquid. Liquid nickel and liquid, oh my bad, iron. So the outer core is made up of liquid nickel and liquid iron. And it's 1,400 miles thick, Melvin. It causes the Earth's magnetic field. So this part causes our magnetic field. And it's very, very, very hot, as you can see. Because I think the closer to the core, the hotter it is. And finally, the inner core is solid iron and nickel. Oh, so what's the outer core, liquid or gas? I mean, liquid or solid?
Liquid.
Liquid. The inner says solid iron and nickel, and it's 780 miles thick. 780 miles thick. It's the hardest core, and it's the densest core. Hottest, the inner core. The inner core is 98 degrees Fahrenheit. It's as hot as the sun's surface. So that's giving you an example of how the inside of the earth, what the inside of the earth feels like. The sun's surface. The sun's surface. All right, now we're gonna get into heat transfer.
What was the inner core?
Where you at?
They had no definition.
What you mean definition?
No, like the depth.
780 miles thick. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, heat transfer. The earth transfers heat in 3 different types of ways: radiation, convection, and induction. Does anyone know where the radiation heat comes from? And look, it's pointing to the crust. And who do I say, who lives on the crust of the earth? We do. So what causes the radiation? What heats up the crust of the earth?
Us. No, Christ.
How do we get heat?
Like the
Sun.
The sun. So the sun,
No armrest.
stop it. The sun heats up the core, the surface.
No.
Sorry.
Either.
Radiation. The radiation is when the sun heats up the earth. That's why, they want you to wear sunscreen and all that. Convection is when the heat comes from the mantle. The hot air from the mantle rises to the crust and then it cools off and it sinks back into earth. This kind of reminds me of like a convection oven. Because this is the same thing that the heat does in your oven. The heat comes from a certain source in the oven. It heats up, it rises, and then it'll cool back down once you, turn it off and go back to the original state. And finally, conduction. The heat comes from the core. And what was the core? What was Earth's core? Like, where is it? The hottest, right. The transfer of heat from one substance to another. And the mantle is hot mostly because the heat is conducted from the core. And the core is the hottest part, so of course that's why it's hot. Turn around, Spot. Turn around. They won't be talking to you if you was looking at the board. Okay, so since scientists can't actually dig through all 4 layers of the earth, they use technology or tools to measure the core, the inner and outer core. And some of those things that they use are waves, seismic waves from earthquakes, from volcano eruptions, the lava. They use all of that data to help them determine the core, because we can't go there, obviously. And there are 2 different types of waves: primary waves and S waves. Primary waves are what type of wave? What wave is this?
Uncrusted wave.
Straight line or what? Starts with an L. Longitudinal wave. So P waves are longitudinal waves. And they're also the fastest because it just goes in a straight line. There are no dips, no turns, no nothing. So it's the fastest. Will y'all be quiet? It is the fastest, it's longitudinal, and it can move through solid, liquids, and gas. So the P wave can move through anything. It's straight, and it's very fast. So what do you think the S wave is going to do? S waves are secondary waves. Or what type of wave is this S wave? What wave does that?
Así los agarraba.
Starts with a T. Transverse. So S is a transverse wave, or it looks like an S. So you can remember that. S wave.
Cuando
Kind
llegaba
of like an S. And of course, they are slower than the P waves because there are some dips. So as it dips, it slows down. And it can only move through solids. So a way to remember the S waves is the word the S. Solids only. So the S waves travel through solids only. T waves can travel through them all. All right. How much more time we got? A couple more minutes. All right, let's look into this sheet that y'all didn't answer. Okay, so for system, we had a group of parts that work together. Atmosphere, you had whatever you wrote. It's basically a thin sheet of gas surrounding the earth or another planet or air. Geosphere is the earth's crust, both beneath the ocean and the continents, as well as the inside and the outer core. Hydrosphere is all of earth's water. Biosphere is all of the spheres together. Don't worry about Castroism, gradualism, lithosphere. We're gonna get into that as we get further into the lesson. The lithosphere, however, is the rocky outside part of Earth. It's the crust and the mantle. And then the asthenosphere is the inside of it.
Yo no quería el Guatemala.
I said asthenosphere. Asthenosphere. It's a layer of rock below the lithosphere, and the heat causes the rock to flow like liquid. But like I said, I didn't require you to write that.
Bueno, yo creo que voy a vivir allá. Para irme
Okay, so the four types of spheres were, what were the four main types? I know we named five, but what were the four?
Atmosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere.
Biosphere. Cryosphere is basically the hydrosphere frozen, so that's maybe why it's not a major part. Number 3 says list 2 characteristics for each of Earth's main spheres. You are already writing that in the chart. Biosphere is all of life. Land, water, everything. All the spheres. Geo, atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere is all of them. Number 4, name 2 principles that describe, nope, we're not doing that one. And number 5, summarize P waves and S waves. What was P waves again? Fastest.
Most responses liquid and gases, and it's a straight wave.
And it's longitudinal. And then S waves are slower, transverse, and they're also most destructive. I didn't say that. But the S wave is the most destructive wave.
No, military.
And number 7 says, I'm not going to say number 7 because number 7 is part of the exit ticket. And it is in Schoology. Raise your hand if you don't have a laptop, and I will give you a paper. If you have a laptop, that's where I want it done, so I don't have to raise your paper.
Son personas que
Raise your hand if you need an exit ticket on paper.
matan gente.
Open up your laptops, exit.
Yeah, y'all can open your laptop.
Open it up.
Solo
Open
agarran
it
y
up,
los matan.
exit ticket.
Open the laptop.
Yo quiero ser
On
marino.
your computer.
Marina, por eso.
Y'all had a nice laptop.
Los grupos, Zetas, Jalisco.
It's labeled, it's at the very bottom. Go to science, the very bottom, it says exit ticket January the 14th, 2025. And it is 4th grade. This is how I'm gonna get my 2 weekly grades in per week with this exit ticket.
Hey, Richard. Hey, Richard.
Que quede, sí, eso,
Did I give y'all key 4 points?
Porque si se matan personas, si dijiste.
Ellos matan a los malos. Porque ellos solo agarran a la gente y los matan. Te pueden agarrar. Ellos, digamos, tú vas caminando, te agarran, te suben en una camioneta y te matan. Solo si
Pero no le hace nada a personas inocentes. Cártel Jalisco. Cuida a la persona.
If any homework is assigned, it'll be put in Schoology as well. I have some, but I did not have. Well, I only have one.
Ey, ¿no sabías que esta Navidad que pasó, Mencho le dio un vergo de regalos a los niños?
a veces te quitan los brazos, te quitan los brazos de atrás, a veces
Again, I have not put the homework in Schoology, but it will be.
a veces la
So
cabeza.
who are the 3 people that I gave a paper copy for the exit ticket? Because you're gonna need a paper copy for.
Es
So you don't have your laptop at all.
donde
Just in case, I know I'm putting it in there, but I just had to get it.
pues
This is homework.
ellos te agarran.
Everybody else, yours will be in Schoology by the end of that. Oh.
No sé cómo dices. Le piden dinero a la familia.
Who else has a paper? It was Melvin.
Nosotros.
Raise your hand if you had a paper copy of the exit ticket. It was Melvin and Gabby. That's it. Again, the homework, it will be in Schoology. It's called the expanding universe. But again, I have not put it in there yet. That's because when I was trying to upload it, I couldn't find it. So I printed it off, so if all that spells, oh my back.
It is homework, bro.
That exit ticket is not homework, sir.
Sí, pero y si no te le das, te quitan los brazos, los dedos y lo mandan para. Y graban videos cuando
Richard, tú me dejaste la coca. Sí, eso.
Negro Marco. Negro Marco.
Sí, eso.
Negro.
Get on the exit ticket now and submit it.
Cannot access this. It says he cannot access this right now, so.
Cause he plays too much, that's why. That's why I don't work now.
She said.
I can say what I want to say, I'm wrong. Stay off this stuff that's not supposed to be on.
Come on, boy, you go.
Mira, él es el jefe, mira.
Si se matan personas, como agarrar el dinero de la familia, si no se agarren, si se cortan los corazones.
Esos son los setos.
You better figure it out.
I did my own.
So, no, you didn't. That ain't the exit ticket.
El grupo Zetas.
Exit ticket is
le
is
piden
foolishness.
dinero a tu.
I said I'm not giving y'all the answer number 7 because it's a part of it.
no le-
I didn't say nothing about it.
Para el salir. Yo.
Y si no les pagas,
1,
te
2,
quitan
3,
el
you better
trabajo.
open it up and do that exit ticket. Don't come to me crying, asking about no extra credit, what can I do to get extra points?
Que
And
son
none of
ellos,
that.
solo no le piden dinero a tu mamá, porque solo te matan. Y si eres grupo de los Zetas, te matan de una vez.
Queda mató.
Si eres grupo de los Zetas,
I can't believe Naughty Boys.
Y si se matan.
¡Cállense, cabrones!
The sun is radiation. The sun is
si eres uno de ellos,
Si se matan.
si eres uno de ellos,
Si se matan.
todos ellos te matan de una vez.
¡Qué mierda le está diciendo! ¡Qué mierda le está diciendo, Rich!
¿Va que si eres grupo de estos, date feliz de una vez?
Lo torturan de todo.
¿Es que sí?
Este man del cártel Jalisco tal vez está Sinaloa o no.
Hay un pirata y ese se queda en ¿Qué parte? ¿Qué parte del elenco?
Yo quiero ir a Guerrero. Eres de México, dices que eres de México y no sabes.
No.
Take that. I'm gonna take that.
No.
Yo quiero ser uno de ellos. Yo quiero ser uno de ellos.
Yo quiero ser uno de estos.
Hay como tres o cuatro grupos. Digo, ellos te agarran, ya valiste verga. Te matan, te quitan la cabeza, te agarran así, te quitan las patas, los pies, a veces hasta la oreja, a veces. Después, a veces te dan un tiro.
Para ir al nuevo.
No, pendejo está aquí, no ves. No, México es de Estados Unidos. Se lo llevó a México. ¿Dónde está? Pendejo, la cambié. No miras que es la computadora de Chapam. Esta es, mira.
If you're done with the exit ticket,
Ellos se dan con los Zetas.
if you hear my voice, clap your hands 2 times.
Your name got it more iron.
If
Ellos son
you
militares
hear my voice,
mejores.
clap your hands 2 times.
Go Chiefs!
They didn't say he stopped.
Go Chiefs!
Sean, that's not how it goes, brother. You need to open up that document and
Agarran
write.
esto.
You don't go right now.
Pero ellos ya murieron. Son del pueblo. Son como los Fulacos, pero mejores. Y saben más pelear.
All right, listen up. Everybody needs to be at your own desk. If you completed the exit ticket, I need you to go to iReady, Lexia, whatever school platform they have. I don't care what school platform it is. Get on something. Ooh. Don't act like y'all didn't hear the announcement.
What do you say here?
That's on my birthday.
Hey, sit down and get on a platform. iReady, Lexi or something. Right now. Boy, I am calm. I'm just raising my voice because y'all not listening.
I'm listening.
You definitely not listening. You ain't even done your exit.
Bro, I listen.
It's right here on paper.
No.
Dice, nombra a las 5 esferas principales de...
Lithosphere wasn't one of the spears, got it. I mean, it was one, but it wasn't one of the 5 main ones. Not in there.
Cabrón, yo no sé ni qué.
If you say you're smoking on knives, I'm gonna kill you.
Nada, yo no lo sé.
¿Qué?
Mira lo que...
Nombra las 5 de referencias.
Esperas, pendejo.
Esferas del nuevo.
Ya, yo lo voy a decir que ya. Júpiter, Marte, Sol.
Fat woman.
She said, why is a Slim Jim running? Oh, you said OYGs? Are you OYK? Yes, I am.
Kool-Aid, purple.
Sit down, CJ, and that's gonna be my last time seeing you. You don't gotta be scared, but you finna sit down.
I ain't scared of shit.
Tú eres mi perra.
Tú eres mi favorito, perra.
Y tú eres mi favorita de las perras.
No mames, no puede ver ni nada. Ay, no mames, yo no puedo ver mal.
Sorry, she's done fucking king. Fuck, I do fucking sorry.
No, you do that. When I say,
Fuck that. You want 2 fucking audience.
Dice, nombra las 5 esferas principales de la que consiste.
Gonna do the bathroom in like 5 more minutes, maybe a little less. Just gotta make sure that they don't pass.
She's dumb, man.
Said,
Did I give y'all keep full
you
points?
smoking on E-Dot, baby.
Eso es para el nombre.
just take God, pero esa mierda.
Damn, how you get the regular Google back? Do something to my shit. Hell no. This is my No. Oh, just messed up my Google. Hey, Richard, después de terminar, ¿dónde
Good or not good? Oh man.
This one not right. No, that one not.
Oh.
The top is the first one. You wrote the same answer? Yeah, that's right.
Espérate, mamá verga.
Si pierdes esta, me la.
Man, what you do to my Google, bro?
Así.
Sí, ok.
Like, bro.
Deme copia.
Cabrón. Apúrate que se le va a gastar la carga ahí. Tengo gotas.
Hey, Sai. Oh, you fight him? You fight me? You fight
Espérate, mamá huevo. Espérate.
I'm not playing. Y'all better be on some type of learning thing. If they walk in here and you not, that's on you.
Apúrate, cabrón.
Espérate, cabrón.
Cabrón.
Mamá huevo.
Espérate, cabrón.
Mamá huevo. Mamá huevo.
Se te fue, cabrón.
Parece Yolanda.
I'm not playing with y'all. Put those phones away, or we not even going to the bathroom.
Good? Finish?
You know how to upload it? How? Show me. How you send it to me?
Estoy entrando en el live.
Let me see. What happened? Do you know how to send it to me? Really? Put copy beside it. So we
You scared me. Sit down, come here. Sit down.
Copy? Hey, no.
now I'm talking about like the copy that I made. You didn't see it?
No, hey, aquí. Right there, here. No?
No, I don't want it like that. Wait a minute. Okay. Save this.
Ismael, is this? Ismael.
What is it? Fine with me?
It's well.
Does anyone need help submitting your exit ticket? Yep.
Thank you.
All right, if you completed the exit ticket and you did what I said and got on the platform, line up at the door if you have to use the restroom. And we're making it quick. And I don't want to hear no noise in the hallway. We're coming back in. And I don't need to see no playing around in here while we at the bathroom. If you don't get up now for the bathroom, don't get up later. Don't go nowhere but to the bathroom. Nowhere but to the bathroom. Anybody else coming to the bathroom, don't ask to go later if you don't go now.
Hey!
Didn't I say be quiet, Derek?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Put your dang deodorant on and hush.
Bryson, my king, Bryson. You say Kevin at the door.
Don't come back out here. No, ain't no come on. It was Cameron. Right here.
Cameron, I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna get you, dude.
When?
Get in here. No. Get in here. Hurry up. Yo.
She told me her to get in here.
This gonna be y'all last time going to the bathroom.
Get out of the bathroom now.
That ain't no Miss Daniels.
Stepping up.
Get out of here. I didn't even know dang on Miss Daniels. Get out. Get in the class.
Say get out. Okay. Okay.
What's up, Miss Mayo?
Hey, you looking cute.
Thank you, Bookie. I'm ready to go.
Two of us.
I ain't got time to be arguing about kids. I got my own kids.
I got 6 of them. Right.
Claire, get us the top.
She's right here.
See ya. Look, at least you small. At least you small. Yeah, they just slow. Sit down. All of you. Are you the last person? Where is your purse? At home. Oh, I thought you was meaning like you need it's in your locker or something. Hey, Mr. Bell. I done see Fox TM from Russia. Hey, I'm gonna check out your channel because you got a check mark by your name. Hey. In a seat. Aunt Derek, Diver, Sarat, Said. In a seat on your laptop. Cameron, you better open up that laptop whether it work or not. I need all laptops open. I don't care what you're doing on me. You better open them up. Let me show you. We'll save a copy to your computer first. Hit save. Then we'll go back here. We'll go to submit. Add your file. Anybody else need help with submitting their exit ticket?
Oh, you play again? Let's go, let's go. Let's go fight.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Y'all too far up. Sit back, scoot back.
Damn. What about
scoot y'all, roll back.
That looks like good.
Back. Scoot your roll all the way back. Fix your roll, Osman. Fix your row. Come back more with this one. Derek and Diver. Come even with this row. Bring yours back. Y'all come back. Come back, Jeremy. Yeah, right there.
Hey, let's go. No, no, no. Hey, you.
Cameron and Cameron, scoot back, even with that. That's gonna be y'all name, Cameron and Cameron. And again, don't leave no papers in here. Take them all with you.
Richa, pendejo, démelo. Ponémelo, ponémelo.
No mames, ya lo desconectaste, güey. Jódete, cabrón. Ya se desconectó, güey.
Is that a foul alarm or that's on there? Girl. Hey.
A la gran puta. Ahorita te lo pongo, cabrón. La presión, cabrón. Cállate, güey. No te pongas
¿Qué tienes en tu cabeza?
Espérate, Richa. A ver, te calor.
Puta madre, Richa, mira que le hiciste, pendejo. Richa, me caes mal y me caes bien. Dice connected. Mira.
What different lockers? Not yet. We're gonna go to the lockers together. Y'all know you take a laptop to the cafeteria. Why don't we have some?
Mira que no sirve porque ese es puto, Richa.
Ya, cállate.
Ya, Richa. Cabrón. Escuchar música, cabrón.
No se escucha música también.
Esto es una palabrota que no se
Países, Roma. ¿Vos que estás jugando dos músicas? Y chévere.
puta. Tengo pelota de pelo.
Tienes una cosa de macro, pero yo no sé lo que es. Chico, porque yo te remote. Mañana hay nieve.
Power. Okay. So do I need to change anything in my team?
Hacerme eso, pero abajo. Ya, cabrón.
I was doing something else.
A ver la sensi de mierda que tiene, como tirando un dedo. A ver. O eres tú, güey.
Pero yo sé que
Puta madre, ya valió madre.
Dano.
A ver si te gusta
Portion of this whole class.
A ver si te gusta. Ya,
Even though, and also, I only gave the paper you wanted, but the X ticket is in. So I need the X ticket from yesterday, that way that'll be.
te voy a prestar la raya, te voy a prestar conmigo y te voy a prestar ya fue el rato, cabrón.
If you need to take it home with you, kid, you can.
me toca la verga.
Ya, cabrón. Si me haces caso, te lo presto.
This is chapter 7. This is from the day before. These are the grades for you. That's it. Just start. That's it. All the sign these two exercises and we did this in class. Last week we didn't have no sign. Like, we didn't have no sign.
Contra el muro.
Don't worry about it. This week. All right, we got like 7 more minutes. Y'all can chill for about 5 more minutes, and we're gonna pack up. No, I'm in here. Yeah.
Es que no tiene una sensi.
What you can do since you're gonna be in here? What you can do since you're gonna be in here?
Make up work.
This was the PowerPoint. So when we come back in here, I'm gonna let you look through this to get your answers. Because this is what we showed, what I showed on the screen.
Okay.
So this is how you can just get all the answers from this, okay?
Oh, so I can come up here for lunch?
Yeah, then you just ask that?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you stay down there. I gotta do this.
I'll tell them to let you come back up. If you go ahead, like when we go down there, if you go ahead and go to the front of the line, you know, that way you can already be in there and you can just come back out with it.
So I gotta try to get to the I can't.
But you know they don't be paying attention no way. So honey, you can just walk. They don't. It's act like they don't even want to go in the cafeteria.
I can't.
Beside who?
I can't be around more and Mackenzie so I actually figure out the because like we got a lot of stuff going on and the teachers is basically trying to keep me away from them because
Okay, I got you. I hear you.
I already
Okay.
told them they tried to
Yeah.
what they said about me is so bad. They're just like, bro, I know all y'all secrets. I will have y'all really like the numbers y'all really want to. But I'm not like that. And I'm just like,
It's sad what y'all go through at this age. Like the stuff that y'all talk about and go through never.
they over here bringing up my baby. I lost my baby after school.
Oh, I didn't even know you had a baby.
Yeah, I was crazy. You didn't notice my stuff?
I didn't. I swear I didn't. And that's crazy because I normally notice stuff like that.
Well, probably because I had like 5 surgeries.
Yeah, so I probably just was thinking you was and not even paying no attention. So no, I did not know.
When you first got, I lost my baby November 16th. I was in 3rd block. I had just left out your class.
Say that again.
I lost my baby September 16th. It was 3rd block. I had just left out your class. My pain had started in here. But I was like, I was playing it off because I usually play off pain. And it was moving, but then it stopped moving. And as I got in 3rd block after class, down to middle, I started feeling pain. And I started running.
That's how I was when I lost my baby.
And,
Well, no, not when I lost my baby. When my doctor left parts in me after I had my baby, 2 weeks after I had my baby. So how far were you?
I wasn't that far.
When did you find out?
Oh, I found out a little bit after what happened. So basically,
All right, pack up, close your laptops. You taking them with you?
just leave my stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Because after what happened, I still got pictures of it and stuff. I think I was like, I got pregnant in April, so.
I mean, if you felt the baby moving, you definitely was far enough.
6 months.
That's a long time. What did they say happened?
Oh, I was stressed a lot and I wasn't eating.
Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. I lost my first baby.
Wait, where I bring my backpack in here?
Grab your laptop and get off with I did not find out where too loud.
You are essential to everybody.
My shoe got caught. I was trying
All right, line up. Line up. Everybody line up. Grab all your stuff, everything. Laptops, papers, everything. Grab it all. Come get your papers, Cameron and Cameron. Come get these papers. Don't leave nothing in here but my pencils. Sorry, boo. Come on. Line up. Shoot, any other time y'all rushing to get up out of here.
was like, who knocked? I was like, damn. Yeah, but you know, I'm not going like this. I saw.
Right here.
She said she made it the
Right here. Right here and be still. Stop talking. Line up over there. Over there. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Line up. No, Melvin. Sorry. You can do it on the way out. Because you're supposed to take the laptops because you have computer class. Where you going, Rich? Get in line. You keep all that for your notes. I just wanted to get this. That's what I got. What y'all doing? Y'all supposed to be in line. Get in line. Okay, come on. Get in line. Come on. You get over there, Kaden, in line. You with me.
Damn, but they want to switch teams there.
Man, you ain't know that late.
You want to touch it right now.
Quit all that horse playing. I swear, you get on my nerves. Y'all better have them laptops so they not letting you in the cafeteria. Y'all better have them laptops so they not letting you in.
On the paper thing. Okay, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
If they got a salad, get it from. Well, are you eating first of all? Okay, well that's fine. Don't do that. Just come get your stuff. Come on. She coming back with me, so that's why. No salads today. You gotta, no, just wait for him, but you'll be the first one to go. Thank you, Ben. He need to let y'all come on so we can go. I'm ready to go. I'm finna just tell him you and Keith coming upstairs with me. I'm saying he needs to come on to be like first row so y'all can go. I'm ready to go upstairs. These two.
FYI, they said take the headphones off. They told us to take them. So if I take them, catch me at the end of the year.
Woo, not the end of the year. Yeah, them two, Key and Malaya, they coming to class.
Cortavius, I didn't tell y'all to go over there.
and Malaya right here. Malaya. She actually a good student. But yeah.
Table 1, this side.
I'ma see y'all upstairs. I'm way right here.
Table 2 by the window. Table 2 by the window.
Headed upstairs. Hey. Almost over. It's kind of over for me because I think I got planning from 1 to 4. Got some students come to eat with me, so I gotta make it quick.
Why would you do that?
Well, because she hadn't been here and I really need her to do this. Key.
Okay.
Yeah. I really need her to do this. So yeah. So we just have our team thing today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything particular I need to bring?
Student work.
Oh, so that's what we bring the student work to? For some reason I thought we brought it to the thing that was from 1 to 4.
We are.
So we bringing it to both.
Yeah.
So show me your student work, girl, because I ain't got no standard on nothing, and I'm not even lying.
Just pull a cool down and put the standard on top.
Okay, so like a review, a lesson,
Yeah,
like an assignment that I done did with them.
Yeah, and put the
A
standard
homework
at the
or a
top.
classwork.
Whatever you've put whatever you can mark a standard with.
Okay, let me go do that real quick.
Make sure that it's got feedback from you on it.
Right, of course, just 2, right? 3 assignments?
I think it's three students.
3 different students, okay.
I think it's like a 4, a 3, and a 2, like a 100, a 90, and an 80, or whatever.
Yeah, a good student and one that don't do too good.
160.
Okay.
75.
I got you. Student work. All right. I can just get that out of my backpack then. I could just take an old assignment. I don't know. I'm stuck. Did she not even, realize that? Oh, cause see, now I'm mad. Now I am mad.
Hi, Miss Mayo.
Hi, Miss Mayo.
Come on, not a lot of people walking up asking about cool with Lauren. Do Lauren still want the fade? If she don't want the fade, then I ain't gonna do it again.
I know my thing now, bro. When you drop it, that need to put this back to it.
Where?
It's glowed.
What was it connected to? Where was
This
it
was
going?
definitely separated on the floor. Yeah, one piece was over there, one piece was over there.
Do anything go to it?
No, it floats there.
So there you go.
Yeah, I just want, it looked like it was broken inside. So I was like, I hope it's still float. But yeah.
Hey, I done held your backpack. I done held your thing. Yeah. Run me my taters. Right there. Yeah. Run me my taters. Who's going to summer school this year? 'Cause I know I am. I ain't coming. If I don't make it to the ninth, bro. See, I gotta be happy with my grades at the end of this year. I gotta work hard for these next 4 months, bro. 'Cause if I'm not happy with my grades, summer school at Kim is finna see me this year. It's finna see me. I ain't never been to summer school. I haven't either, but it's gonna see me this year if I don't go to my grades. You with the burger?
No, it's potato.
Potatoes right here. I don't see no cheddar by myself. Potato, those are potatoes. Exactly, taters. Wait, who I got in my third document? CJ. Oh, I'm be alright. See, I'm not gonna be okay. See, what happened was, I think the Lauren that is seated. They are. I think the one that is CJ for payback and me, because me and CJ used to always talk. And me and Lauren got cool. But see, the crazy part about that is there wasn't the crazy part.
What?
I didn't even want the boy to begin with. So it's just like. No, a lot of people like him because he's tall. I'm not one of them a lot of people. I used to be, but not enough. He's too weird for me. I don't know his voice. No! Mm-hmm. I'm in for real. You didn't try to holler that was sweet karma. You talking about me? You talking about me? Bro, I don't know. I can't date nobody. Bro, I'm not even worried about that. I want to finish this school year, but if I don't, y'all gonna see me back in jail bathroom next year. These little bald head 7-year-olds, and they're gonna be like, wait, weren't you here last year with the 8th graders? Oh my God, you failed. You're so slow. Not as slow as it is. So if he wants to not grade this year, it's a proof to her and other people that I'm not as slow as I was. I never said you. I say you actually. Well, that's the same thing. Yeah, it is. You said, I'm gonna look at your head. Nothing to. That's weird. I'm looking at my shoulder. That's okay. What is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's only 5.
No, because most of these people going around saying that me and Kaylee did some HOEs, so we went on the 2-man, and she left in my bathroom.
And I'm Kaylee, they got the wrong boyfriend?
Huh?
Is he talking about Kaylee Barnett, they got the wrong?
Yeah, her. And she's still,
Oh, we're on the 17.
I mean, well, she's in 8th grade, but I mean, ain't she older though?
She's,
Ain't she 16?
she's 15.
she's 15, she's
So I guess
15.
it's nothing. It's
No,
okay.
she didn't feel great. She just had to go to alternative school.
Oh, okay.
Instead of her alternative school, they put her in very bad. So now she basically like in 10th grade. So now she in her red grade, I guess.
So she not, where Kaylee at?
She don't go here no
She don't
more.
go here.
Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
put
But
her
then that's what I was like, they was like some, I walked in, they was calling me the SAUT best friend. And I was like, first of all, when my best friend did my bathroom, ain't got nothing to do. Cause I ain't do nothing. And then Lauren over here, she texted me yesterday, y'all. I'm finna read y'all message. I'm finna read y'all message out loud. Hold on. Hey, you gotta tell the number, text me back ASAP. I said, I don't got her number saved anymore, so I said, who is you? And she said, I said, who is Callie? She said, this Lauren. Then she sent me a picture of my friend's little sister. I was like, that's Callie, no, she got her sister number. I said, Lauren, why you text me? And I don't recognize her. She said, man, what? I said, wait, to me, it's alright too. She said, who? She said, alright. I was like, text sister too, like, yeah. I was like, I don't got her number. What made you text me back? She's the only person I think that have her number. I said, she said, Kiki. I said, what? And that's when I was like, I replied to her and told her, yeah, this was my number. I lost and I was message. She said, I. And then that's when I was like, you still know JB? She was like, okay, hi. And she's like, yeah, I was like, okay. And then I was like, I had 10 number and I started like, she broke her phone. I said, oh. Then this girl said, call me. I said, wow, why don't you legit just trying to fight? Like, that's what I be talking about. I need done over there. Well, hey, you on live?
Yeah.
Don't tell you.
That
he's having bodies.
Kiki could have been a whole mother and you lost both your parents, but you talking about her. That's crazy.
Exactly.
You lost your parents and she lost a child. What is up with her?
Right.
You lost your mom, and that's the thing. The crazy thing is, I know what Janika going through. I know how her home situation all that and all perfect how she make it be. I know all of that, but you don't catch me saying nothing. And see, the thing is, if I would have become a mom, it would have been 10 times harder for you. It would have been 10 times. So I would have had to do school. I would have had to get a job. I would have to raise a baby all in one. And see, the part y'all act like I'm just going out here doing it, bro. I was a virgin before I got pregnant. I didn't even like to do all that stuff. That one incident changed me completely, bro. I was so innocent. If y'all would have seen me last year, I would have been like, bro, Kiki, first of all, you was childish, bro. like, first of all, you was childish. And then second, you was so innocent.
Right.
Like, that legit changed me. And see, I don't wish a miscarriage on my worst eye. I don't care how it happened. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish rape on nobody. That stuff will traumatize you, and I'm still traumatized. I can't even sleep at night. I be up at 4 o'clock in the morning on Instagram. I can't sleep because it happened at nighttime when I was in my bed, sleep. I can't sleep. I be up. I don't get no sleep. Only time I go to sleep is my mama will have to legit come in there in the room with me at nighttime and lay beside me so I can go to sleep.
Oh wow.
Like it's baby type stuff. Like I'm scared to go to sleep at night. And then I come to school and y'all over here just laughing at it like it's something crazy. But if I get to telling y'all bitch, it's gonna really be a problem. But see, my mama petty. She said just tell that bitch. I was like, Mom, 2 wrongs don't make it right, man.
And it's the fact, Janika and the other girl, I don't know her name. It was a whole other girl. They switched the story up. What happened to Kiki? They switched the story up.
What they say now?
It was like when she told me, she switched the story up. How you just said it. It was how you said. Like you said it happened in your room, right?
How I got her from my room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said it happened in the bathroom.
Oh wow.
In the shower.
See, that's what I be talking about.
She told me it happened in the shower. And mind you, I already know what happened. I'm thinking in her head like, that don't seem right.
First of all, what happened was my mama had this boyfriend, right? His name was Frederick. See, he was always looking at me wrong, but see me, I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I'm thinking he just trying to be friendly, right? Alright, my mama out drunk doing her thing. She leave me in the house with this man. My sister's at her auntie's house. It's just me and him. Alright.
Okay.
It's around, I want to say, I stayed up late. I was on 4. So I said I went to bed around 2, right? It's a Sunday night, so I'm thinking my sister finna come home. I ain't know she was finna go to school for my auntie.
Okay.
So I'm in my room. I'm laying down. I'm legit I'm knocked out. I hear my door open. I'm thinking it's my mom, right?
Okay.
So I don't even do nothing. I just go back to sleep. Cause she always close my room under there wondering, trying to find
something. I'll be over there. She just come in there.
Like trying to find something to put on or something.
Okay.
And then I went back to sleep. And next thing I know, I felt something get on top of me.
Okay.
But to me, I'm not minding it.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I did this. That's who heard of this.
He did that or you?
Him. I couldn't scream, I couldn't.
Right.
And he just did it. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried.
Okay. So when you told your mom,
she put it out. She reported it, and then she put it out. And then.
So she did believe you.
Yeah. And then I want to say, I already feel symptoms, but I'm real denial. I don't like to believe stuff. So I'm like, man, I ain't pregnant. You feel me?
Right.
I'm trying not to think it. But something told me to go take a pregnancy test. So me being too scared to ask my mama, I went to my cousin, right?
Okay.
And I asked my cousin to give me a pregnancy test. And I took it. And I seen them 2 lines. I burst. When I say I burst out in tears, bro, like, y'all would have thought I was a whole complete
Just know
person.
that that was not your fault.
And it is crazy because I get to school and people is legit mentioning him. And it's just like, That's why I don't be friends with y'all. And I know CJ ain't talking. Let me find out.
He ain't talking. He
He
ain't talking. I swear he ain't. I be around him enough. He ain't talking.
Let me find out. He talking.
Is it 1 o'clock here?
No.
No.
Well, now it is.
I'm looking for
From his mail.
Huh?
These people is crazy.
They're gonna catch his face.
Don't do it. Don't. It's really not worth it. But it's like.
I'm on my probation. I can do anything now.
No, the topic is crazy, but the fighting I worked because after y'all fight, they still gonna be talking.
Right.
No, they ain't.
Kiki, yes they will. I seen a girl get dragged, her hair pulled all the way out, and in the next 2 days, still talking stuff. I seen that with my own eyes. That's fighting ain't gonna help nothing. Cause me, I'll crash out, but I'm calm though.
They want to have a restorative meeting. See, that's not the same thing I gotta say. I'm like, look, bro, I don't even got no problem with y'all. But what I don't care what y'all say about me. But what I don't like is the fact that y'all is mentioning my son. That's what I don't like. That baby didn't do nothing to y'all. First of all, y'all don't even know how he got here. Well, I'm not even gonna say he. Y'all know how they got here. It was twins. Thank you. So y'all don't even know how they got here. And for y'all to be sitting around and talking and making fun of somebody,
And
y'all
being
know
right
that
in their
story
face.
is crazy.
It's finished.
Oh no, it ain't been in my face ever since I got here. I ain't hearing nothing.
It's the fact that they switched up the story to sound like, oh yeah, she like calm, like it's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's gonna definitely is crazy because ever since I got here, people been asking me saying, "Lord, I want to get back cool with you." I bet she do because she don't want to kiss his face because she know I'm on that today, like real deal.
Yeah, I don't want you getting in trouble.
Like Kiki, I'm being like basically,
Don't
I thought her and the kids was trying to
forget these people. Forget what they got to say.
Kiki is basically like my sister, so like I'm not gonna let them jump her. I'm not gonna let them get into a fight either.
Right, good.
Now they walk up on her is different.
Yeah.
Cause if they walk up like they step to her, I'm stepping with her. They're not touching her by herself.
Her and Mackenzie shot a team tag. Not already.
I don't care how big or small they ain't stepping up to her. Just her.
Gotcha. No.
Now see if y'all want to do a one-on-one, that's different. I'm down for that. But y'all not finna do all that.
I ain't stepping up to her by herself. That's crazy.
I mean, go ahead and do stuff like that.
I'm not letting it go through either.
Yeah, don't let her get jumped. But if y'all can avoid fighting, please don't get into
I'm trying to avoid the fight, but see the thing is, Lord, they keep giving me them stereotypes. They gonna catch me or something. And you see, I'm ghetto, bro. I'm from Memphis. I know how this stuff works. Honey, I'm
Orange Mound.
Like, I know how this stuff works.
Right.
Where I'm from, you fight and then you talk afterwards.
Yeah,
you don't talk, you just fight.
We finna get some straightening. I want y'all to try to learn how to talk it out, though. That's what I want y'all
I
to do.
try to, but like, if y'all know my family, you'll be like, oh, her family trouble. I swear.
It ain't even about being trouble. Just people don't gotta be taking no mess
I was telling my cousins about this, bro. My old school in Georgia, when I'm from, when soon my mama and my auntie.
You from where my boyfriend from? Y'all crazy up there.
Soon my mama and my auntie step in the door like into the schoolhouse. They gonna say they go to little ladies. Don't talk to them about their kids, cause they will literally.
No, because I was telling my mama about it. I was telling the principal I was trying to crash out. Like she was like, "Do I need to come to that school?" I was like, "Mama, I do not need you coming up to the school."
Miss Mayo,
that's
you got a principal of.
Okay, I need to go to PD room.
Bro, you got a principal of what is it?
What's wrong with y'all lunch?
It's now.
Right now.
Y'all out now.
But do you know the principal of what I can't copyright? I literally came up to the school, cussed the principal out. Literally cussed that. Mind you, the principal. Like 6 foot tall, a big lady. My mama, this short. That lady was scared out her move. Like she was scared of my mama. Like, my mama said, I don't care how big tall she is, she gonna get it. And then the lady gave her purse and I'm like, Mama, you scared that lady soon? That lady was shaking.
Okay, y'all, let's go.
Stop moving.
What? I don't know. That's a good question. What did it stop moving? And my batteries died already, but even though it still moves on its own without the batteries just give it a stronger magnetic force. All right.
Okay, roll it out you go. Roll it out you go. Roll it out you had last. What was that you had last week? What was that you had last week?
Yes, it's lunchtime. I think they really appreciate my thoughts. So I'm not gonna tell them nothing wrong. Definitely it's not. So we having the team meeting and the something else?
It's like a day thing.
Right, but are we doing something from 1 to 4?
That's just tomorrow. Thursday.
No, I seen that. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like, do we have anything from 1 to 4 today, or am I mistaken?
It's just we have the meeting now.
Okay.
So right now we're looking at your 2 work samples and this stuff needs to be completed.
Okay.
We have about 2 more minutes. There's a marker I say you can.
Oh.
There you go. Not that. Just this. No, you don't need that. All you need is your work samples and these. That's how I was trying to move them up. Go ahead.
Okay.
This one's not for me. I don't want to thank you.
Oh,
for it.
okay, my bad.
Okay.
So what's here is what I need. I love it. Okay. And you can, I'm gonna give you a different person though. We're gonna need that for the activity. That's why I put there. Okay. Let me give you something else. I'll give you a blue, because the pink is gonna confuse you after. Here.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. No problem. Sorry. I looked, I said, there's pink missing. There's some blues. You can do what you're doing right now with that.
I sent it out to clubs.
music on or something. Y'all making me uncomfortable. All right. Alrighty, as we are jumping in, something that I just want to ask you guys, what do you guys consider the purpose of student work? Is it just something to give the kids something to do to kind of busy their time? What's your purpose, or what do you think your functioning is when we're talking about student work with our scholars?
Their ability
To check their understanding.
Checking your understanding, what else?
Their ability to produce.
Ability to produce, what else? Anyone else? Ability to produce what?
To see if they master it.
See if they mastered it, okay? Ability to produce what? I'll look back.
The skills to answer the
question. We won't even judge you if you're talking. You just so you don't know how Ms. Lewis, you put it here, you do what you need to do.
The ability to produce evidence of the skills.
Okay, evidence of the skills. These are the different things that we're looking at. Hopefully our thing is not just to keep the students busy, just to kind of get them out of their way. The reason that we have our student work is really just to see what can they do, have they learned, have they been able to retain anything that we taught them, putting their skills into practice, okay? So today, I'll read the red, because the red's kind of hard for you guys to read from back there. I'll read the red, I want you guys to read the white. Today I will
review student work samples
across content areas. So I can
examine the level of given to our scholars and
pinpoint specific skills
or concepts that need reinforcement.
I know I have it when
I am able to identify areas of strength in
student learning and targeted areas
for improvement.
Our purpose is for improvement. We want to see what can our students do. Are they able to produce and give us what we need, all right? So, some things that we're going to be doing today with our student work. Some things we need our work samples. Of course, you're going to need a pen or pencil as we're working. You see some little nifty things on the table. There is a note catcher. If you guys can give that out, you're going to have this note catcher, and you're going to need the colored Post-it notes, okay? You're going to need something, well, hopefully, we'll see what you're going to need, depending on what comes from it. You're going to need the pink or the yellow. Don't use the blue, you're going to need the pink or the yellow. I have pink or yellow out, and everyone's going to need pink or yellow, and it depends on how things go about which specific things that you will need. All right. Of course, I need you guys, don't take it personal. We're here to really kind of look and give feedback to each other's work. I want you to be open and reflective, and please be thoughtful about the door. It's not personal. When we're talking, we're not going to be specifically talking about content areas. We want to kind of look at the specific skills that we are putting in front of our scholars. All right, in a moment, I'm going to use this.
I got you.
All right, so this is what we're going to do with it. Now, I just know the time. I didn't know. All right, so perfect. We're looking at our student work profile. It's going to be very simple. There are a bunch of samples here that we have of our students. I want you to look at least 3 samples, okay? Can you go around and collect the samples, please? I need you to look at least 3 samples. This is also written out here for you, so if you're like, man, what does she want me to do again? The directions are here for you. I want you to look at least 3 samples. And the questions that I want you to look at when you're looking at the samples are this. Does the sample that you have here address the standard? And is the work considered rigorous? Level 3 or 4. And you're like, how am I going to know if it's a level 3 or 4 level? I have here a DOK chart. And for those of you who don't know, a DOK chart is a depth of knowledge chart. And on this depth of knowledge chart, let me give this out for those of you who may not be familiar. Everyone can take one and pass, please. There are 2, just in case one might be more. The one with the color, that one is less confusing than the other. For those of you who are not familiar with what it means. Okay? Yes. Okay. That is less confusing for those of you who this is a new concept to. I want to make sure that you guys had a sample of that. And this is another one for those of you who might be advanced and trying to understand. If you just want a copy of it to figure it out, you can take a copy and pass it over. When we're talking about the depth of knowledge, where we really want our students and when students are really jumping into learning is when we are in that level 3 or 4. We're extending their thinking and they're strategic about their thinking. The lowest level, what do you guys would consider the lowest level?
Recalling like definitions and stuff like that.
What is this? I'm going to use science as an example. What is a wave?
Definition.
Wave, just the definition is going back and forth. That's just really kind of giving them those, that's not really getting them to understand, well, why the wave's doing this and this and that. It's not really getting to them using their minds. It's just really memorizing things and giving me right back what you gave, okay? So when we're looking at our work samples, I want you guys to consider the work samples that are there. Is the work sample considered rigorous? Are you just asking students to look in the book and copy and put something on a piece of paper? They could basically copy the stuff in the book, right? For that intents purposes. All intents and purposes. All right, so this is where it gets a little bit complicated. It shouldn't be too bad. But if you answered yes to both of these questions, you're going to place a yellow Post-it note on the back. Okay? If it's no to either question, you're going to place a pink Post-it note and let the person know which criteria they didn't meet according to what you think.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, we
All
swapping
right.
paper.
You also have it here. I was going to kind of go through it to make sure that it makes sense to you. We're good with that part. Moving on. All right. Secondly, I want you to look at the DOK wheel or the DOK chart, whichever one is easier for you to figure out what it's asking you to do. Feel free to use either one. And I want you to, very simply, mark the level you believe the work sample covers on the back. Do you think it's a level 1? Do you think it's a level 2? Do it 3, 4, etc. Okay? So you're not really saying, oh, I think it's this because, no. All I want you to do is either you're going to answer yes or no, place a Post-it note on the back. If it's yellow, if it's yes to both of these two questions.
It's yellow.
If it's no to either one. One's yes, one's no, is no. Okay? You're going to put a pink and tell them which one it doesn't mean.
Okay.
Then you're going to look at the chart
And tell the number of the
and just
DOK.
put either a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the work sample. Are we clear? Okay. You have to do at least 3 different samples. I'm going to give you guys, feel free to do more because I'm going to give you some time to do that. I want you to really kind of look at it and really investigate and be able to give some information, because at the end, what I do want you to do on your note catcher, as you're looking at the different samples, you might give notes. I don't want anything content specific. We're not going to shame like, oh my goodness, I can't believe in social studies, blah, blah, blah. No. What are some trends that you see? I noticed that student work was basic. Most of the work was on level 1. I just want you guys to see the type of trends that you're seeing amongst the work samples. Does that make sense? Okay? So, where are the work samples? You have the work samples. All right. So, I wanted to kind of just spread it out so everyone wasn't crowded out. So, you can just put stuff in different places.
Oh, okay.
On the table?
This table here.
Like put some samples over there, over there, over there.
Yeah,
And we
so
just
then
gonna
you
go
have-
and look at them.
So you guys are gonna take some time. I'm gonna give you about 7 minutes. All right, you need to do at least 3, and these are your protocols here, and you also have a page here to let you know what you need to do. Make sense? All right,
So at least 3 from any station,
at least.
not your own.
Pause. That was a big thing. Not your own sample. Thank you. I did forget to mention that. Not your own sample. You will get an opportunity to look. All right, I'm gonna give you guys 7 minutes. You guys can go forth.
You got some more food, it's rich.
Huh? Someone might have taken the whole thing. Here. I should have. There's a box. There's like a button. So.
The yellow is.
Here.
it, but I actually won't be doing this.
The number on the sticky
Yeah, on the back. You can do it in the back or on the sticky note. Either way.
Okay.
Actually, do like it right.
Interruption. Related arts teachers, please check the group me.
Yeah, go ahead and mark it on the post so they know it's according to them. I do like
Scholars to the library for mentoring. Please check the group me and send those scholars to the library. Thank you.
And guys, don't forget, this paper I gave you also has the directions on it. It's the same thing.
No, I was making sure I was following everything because I put it on the back and I
It's okay.
on the front. Is it?
I'm sorry. It's okay.
I didn't follow the rules.
Now, if you're finished, please feel free to look at more. You just have to do at least 3 within the time frame. And we're going to be talking about celebrations and areas of refinement, so please be able to talk to things that you see. We're not just marking. I want you to really just kind of internalize the things that you are seeing. You have about 3 more minutes.
That's why blood sugar increases.
I don't have the free version.
Did you know that type 2 is a completely reversible condition?
You have about 2 more minutes? Right. You're not wrong. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking why are you having a phone? Dad, this is honey. This is it. That's all wasteful. All right, we have about another minute.
If I brought this here or if it was already here and I lost the top.
Alright, as we're winding up, anyone need a little additional time? Are we good? We got another 30 seconds or something like that? You good, Ms. Holmes? Okay, great. So we've come back. There are a couple notices that we saw around the room. I want us to kind of go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna give you guys just a little time. I'm gonna put about 2 minutes on it, and I want you guys to tell me some celebrations that you noted and that you saw as you were looking through on the student work. I'm gonna give 2 minutes, and as a group, we're gonna kind of discuss at this point. What are some celebrations that you guys noted and noticed?
In the
Like within the work.
Within the work. I don't wanna know what area. You're not wrong. It's new. It's cool. I don't wanna know what area because right now everyone basically is one-on-one, right? So I don't wanna necessarily call out an area for something bad, negative, or whatnot. We wanna kind of keep it general. Yes.
I saw no ones.
Okay.
I didn't either.
Celebration. Okay.
Yeah.
Celebration, I saw no ones, everything was a two higher.
Okay, in what you're saying, that was your recollection, you said that you didn't see any, all right? So any other celebrations besides that? Yes, Ms. Wilson?
I noticed that the student work that was given was progressively deepening in understanding, or the intent to try was there.
Okay.
Which is different from like looking at our whole classes in general, so I thought that that was just a celebration as a group.
Okay, any other celebrations that we saw?
The drinker, right?
Okay.
This is something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like
there
not
were some
one
attempts to have to
word.
write or explain or kind of run their thinking a little bit.
Right.
Okay. All right. And so, what are some areas that you guys noted that might need some refinement? This was be us building the block back building. Anyway, what were some areas that we thought?
Like we're putting a salt shaker on the top.
Don't worry about it. But what were some areas that we saw that might need some refinement? I want to hear from somebody different who I did not hear about the celebrations.
Oh,
Yes.
celebration. I think it's the right fine.
Refinement. I want to hear from someone who you didn't speak, so you're good to go.
Completion. I know some of them had completion
Some
of
of
the
them-
assignment.
Some of them didn't complete the assignment,
Yeah.
okay? Any other areas of refinement that we saw where it came to work? Ms. Shields, I heard you say something before, that you did see something.
What I told you?
Just now.
Oh.
Something about a one?
I did see a one,
Okay, well, speak.
but with clarification, I think that we were thinking that that was for the classroom setting, but it was for PLT. So some people put that it was a DLK one, or sorry, that it was not adjusted to the standards, but it was.
Cause it was
for
PLT.
So.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I think that would have made it on grade.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
All right, any other areas of refinement?
I think just one for, like, if you do this exercise again, some folks wrote the standard code, but if we're in a cross-content setting, it's probably useful to write the whole standard so that people know what that code means.
Right. And I figured that, but I just thought since it was
No,
but
but I do think there's a point because I know that we have moved and shifted to something to having our standards on the board, or not just on the board, on
our
chart
stuff.
paper, right?
Right.
It's not, kids are not gonna know what 2.346K-P means.
I didn't know.
It means, we don't know it, okay? When Miss Wilson was talking about, she's
I was like,
Googling
what
it.
the E mean?
We don't know what those things mean. So for our scholars, same way, they have no clue what that is, which is why it might seem insane, but that kind of helps to keep them grounded. Man, whether or not they look at it, whether or not they internalize it, us having the standard up there helps to kind of ground us and our students as to what it is, the big picture.
What
At
we're
the end of
talking
all
about.
of this, After all the today's I will, at the end of it, this particular time, this is what we need to be able to cover, okay? So just think along in those ways. I know we saw a little microcosm of it here because we're like, what is, I don't know what that is. So you couldn't say yes or no, okay? That's just something for us to really think about as we're going deeper into it is. Do our students really know and understand what it is that we want them to do at the end of it all? All right. So I want you to go around the room and retrieve your samples wherever they are. Take them back. Okay? I'm gonna give you guys, once you come back and you're seated, I'm gonna give you guys about 2 minutes to kind of look at the comments, look at the different rigor levels, look at any questions that people may have had about your work samples, and I want you to kind of start to kind of maybe take a couple of notes for yourself, and then we're gonna do something with that in a moment. Let me give you guys about 2 minutes as you retrieve your samples to go ahead and review any comments or looking at the rigor levels that people place on your papers. Did anyone get any pink? All right. And people had a lot of yellows.
I had a pink and then 2 yellows.
Okay, so I want you guys to take some time to really review it. Take some.
I would like to know.
Hold on. We'll just take some. You just jumping right in.
I'm sorry.
Not a big deal. All right, I want you guys to take some time to silently look at what was shared with you, and I want you to kind of maybe see possibly where the other person was coming from. You might know what you meant, but someone else looking at it, that was their interpretation of what the work was, okay? So take some time, review your comments, look at the rigor level standard that was attached to, any questions that people may have had, look on your Post-its. Give you guys a couple minutes to do so.
Oh, I can
We were doing comparisons, so actually it's the DOK 3 here, not a 2, because we were doing comparing. This was, even though it says what, they still comparing for specifying. Okay, well, it could be 2.
Oh, no, this is, this right here.
2.
All right. Okay, so it sounds, oh, here we go. Perfect timing. Now I see that people have some questions. We'll make this part very, very quick. There might be some questions. I know that Miss Mayo was over. She was baby I couldn't finish my sentence. Miss Mayo jumped in. She had a question about what was going on. I'm gonna give you guys literally about a minute. I want you to kind of maybe questions that you may have because we have to go on to something because I really want you guys to dive into what this really truly means. So if you have a question, now's the time, or forever hold your peace.
Quick question.
I know you weren't gonna hold your peace. Go ahead.
I was looking at this one and I noticed how like I had yellows, but then I had a pink, and they left a comment and it said the questions are recalled. So I just wanted to, because I know we're not doing like specifics. I just wondered, because I'm seeing it as like 3 and 4 myself, even though this is my work, but that don't mean it's 3 or 4.
Right. Well, that's what we kind of look introspectively.
And I'm just wondering, where did they get recalled? The definitions may be recalled in level 1, but when you get into the sentences, it's more of explain this and and the difference between this and you know.
So to me, at this point, good point. But that might be something for you to be like, where might they see that this might be a DOK level
and that's
2
why
or
I asked
not?
that.
Go ahead.
I got some A's. But
Okay.
they were designated as hitting the DOK on 1.
Okay.
So they're still hitting the standard.
Okay.
And this was PLT work with a level 1 that
Okay.
doesn't read.
Okay.
So that's what I wanted.
Okay.
For them to be able to read. And
Right. So you're trying to scaffold it so
Yeah.
that when they're
Yeah,
in the
this is
tier 1
PLT,
setting,
yeah.
they're able
We're
to
working
attach
on
it. Okay.
Yeah, we're starting at the bottom.
Fine. And so, great. I'm glad I just want you guys to kind of open your minds to what's there and what other people might see and what your other students are really experiencing. That's where we're coming from with this, right?
I do want to comment on that.
Sure.
So I actually love that, and I put the 1, but the reason why I did was because it says if one of them was no, put that there.
With the pink,
We
right.
knew like that was considered hitting the standard of what you wanted. But then the olive question is, what is considered rigorous for that student specifically? And so that's where I personally was like,
You're not
That's
sure.
where I was coming from. That's what I wanted
But I
from, was a
thought-
level 1.
I
I
knew
wasn't
that
trying to
was
get to a level 4.
so I didn't know what is
I still consider it
considered.
success,
Okay.
because it's still hitting the standard for, for their level.
For their level.
Okay,
language level.
so I'm gonna push your thinking on that. I'm not saying no, that it may not for that, but what is our ultimate goal?
Oh, the ultimate goal
Right,
is-
our ultimate
yeah.
goal. So we either kind of look at the type of student work that we put in front of our students, not saying that they can't. Yes, that might be an entryway in, but within that might have been where it started, but where does that particular work end? In order to get them to work, because our
That's
thing
what
is
this
like,
is.
no.
This is the higher stuff.
Sure,
that we
sure,
do in
sure.
class.
Oh,
We're only working with the level 1 recall stuff.
I didn't
in
put
Okay.
this
right?
together. I thought that was too.
I mean, that's what I thought,
Ah,
we're
okay.
working with just the skill.
Sure.
Okay.
But when we're thinking it, and I don't think you're wrong in that. I think when I was thinking, let me not put this on anyone else, when we're bringing the work samples, and not that you're wrong because we never clarified.
Right.
Okay? I was thinking tier 1. I was thinking what we have in our general class sessions. So what you're saying, yes, it makes sense. So
Okay.
I'm not against it. I was just explaining the process and the thinking
I
behind
just
what.
didn't know what I did wrong to get to. find
No,
out
no,
what I
no.
was doing
Because
wrong.
I think even some people were going through that filter of tier 1 classroom when we're there with the general body.
Yeah.
Now what you're explaining is that this is in PLT with level 1 speakers, and you're trying to get them to be at that point.
Right.
So exception.
Gotcha.
Will you forgive us there?
Yeah.
All right. Great. Okay. Good. Any other pressing things that you guys want to share? All right. So I want you guys to look, if you can see it. Nothing is smaller than what's happening under the camera. I'm gonna see if we're looking up here. These are some questions that I pulled directly from our last benchmark assessments. Okay. So here's one. This is one is for who can no. This
Looks
is,
like social studies.
okay. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Thank you. All right. Over here we have a little
Science.
a little science information.
No, I know
And
anything about a telescope.
And then, if I can get over here, we got a little math, a little ELA, and a little math, okay?
Okay.
I want you guys to really think through the scope of the type of work that you guys have given your students, or that you give your students daily. Think, does this work really lead them to be able to answer these types of questions? A lot of work, last week we were looking at some information, the types of questions that the students missed, right? Even though we might be looking at the structure of the question, some of the questions talked about inline drop down. And maybe 93% of them missed it, but they may not have missed it because they didn't know the information, but the types of questions and how we're kind of going about it, they didn't even know what to do.
Right.
Right? They don't know
drop
you
down.
click on it to look for the answer, and little things like that make a difference. So thinking about when you're doing maybe work samples, when you're doing things on Schoology, or even in class as you're going along. All right, guys, hey, let's look up here. You're clicking on what is on the text. You might see, click and show them how to kind of toggle and go. Think about those type of things. I just veered off a little bit, but I want to kind of show you guys that there are different types of things that we're doing within our class. And think about the work that you give your students. What rigor level are they? If you are hovering in that level 1 or level 2 on everything, they're not going to be successful in these types of questions, because these types of questions have to allow them to be strategic thinkers. They'll give them the basic, but they really have to kind of go beyond what is in front of them. But in order for them to do that, you've got to kind of teach them to do that along the way. Does that make sense?
Right.
We're setting them up for failure if we stay within that level 1 and level 2 area for everything. Okay? So think about that in your process of your work. So I want you guys to have a little reflection time. In your boxes or in the papers that I gave you, the note catchers, there's some questions that I'm going to have up there that I want you guys to be reflective on. I need you to just write down the answer to the questions there. I'm going to ask a few people to share out when it comes to that point.
Okay.
I want you guys to think about it. During planning, what considerations are being made when deciding your student work? Are you looking at what the students are able to do? Are you looking at how you've trained them? What considerations do you make as you are selecting the work for your students? Or how you're adjusting it to make sure they are able to answer it? Because I know for ELA and math, some of that thing is already given to you, right? But what other student considerations are you making in order to allow the students to be able to do that?
Okay.
Okay? That could even go along with your teaching. So think along those lines. Let me give you guys a minute. Go ahead and write that down.
Okay. I'll make you
Okay. Please do. Pencil slowing down. Let's look at this next question. Next question is asking, looking at the DOK chart, this chart that I gave you 2 different versions of it, where do you rank your own work sample? What is the DOK level that you feel that your work sample is? And I want you to explain why. Don't just tell me, I think it's a 4 because you want to be the best. I want you to explain to me, based on the evidence used within your own sample, as to why you feel it falls into that category.
Since that aligns with the question. I wrote that too. So I think like the definitions, I think you probably understand why that's.
And that's why we don't even do that. They do that on their own.
So here though, so it's like, what was the foundation of the Big Bang Theory? That's probably something they could find in the text and pull straight away, right? Which is more of a, like, it's probably a 2 because they have to at least go back to the text.
Right.
And find it, right? But it wouldn't necessarily be like making a conclusion. Like if you looked really brief up on the screen, hey, would you actually mind that science question about the Webb telescope?
Okay. I know what question it is.
Yeah.
All right, in our last one here, what actionable, how actionable, was the feedback that you provide to your scholars? On some of the papers, I didn't see any feedback.
Pushes it into a 3.
So think about that.
4 is like,
you're giving them back their work. They got 15 out of the 30 wrong. Now what? What kind of feedback are you providing for your students? And if you did give them feedback, what was the intent of it? Was it for them to go back and revisit what they missed? Or you just want to give them the grade and keep it moving?
This is still something that they can go back in the text and piece
together.
Okay. I think something that you could.
No. Everyone's didn't have. I'm not saying that yours did not. I'm saying some did. That's okay. Some did not have feedback.
Like a large cloud of gas.
I'm just asking you how actionable the feedback that you did give to your students, how actionable was it? What did you want them to do with the feedback?
How would that scientist?
How are the students learning from the feedback that you gave?
And then it would be like, oh,
can they learn from the feedback that you gave to them?
The cloud of gas is into.
And what are your next steps?
And that's what
do they go back?
Like, this person didn't explain it, but like,
do they redo those questions that they missed?
Right.
What should happen at that point?
Pushing this from a 2 to a 3 would be, rather than just saying, hey, state the like list of how the star is forming, it would be saying like, okay, from like a hypothetical scenario, draw a conclusion based on what you know about stars. Right. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's how I think that would take it from a 2 to a 3. Yeah.
Basically, it's more, and it's like this person, maybe I could have about another, but it's like another person put, okay, it starts as star and dust, gas and dust, and then it bursts into a baby star, and then it bursts into a full-grown star, protostar, whatever. So, and then when you get further, it gets more into depth, questions get more into depth, but I get what you're talking about.
All right.
Yeah, I think you're
all
right.
Like,
this is getting
some
closer.
Feedback.
Right. This is getting closer to level 3, and here.
Let's talking about, for those of you who do not,
That's more
who
of a
do
recall,
not
so
have it
it's like,
scripted for
spiral or
you,
whatever, but like,
looking at our science and probably social studies people, what
I think,
planning
like, these two
considerations
is
do you
good.
put into play
But yeah,
when
and I
you
think,
are
like,
deciding
one
your
thing that
student work?
I just wanted to clarify too is the
Okay,
depth
if
of
it's lined
knowledge
up
is
with the
less about the
standards,
kid's
okay.
response and
So
more about the
what
questions
about it? So it's lined up now, what other
So,
things do you put
it's
into it to
about
make
the
sure?
Concept,
the point of the depth of knowledge is like, are you asking them a question
I just lost it.
that
That's
pushes
okay.
them to think more?
Ms. Holmes, can you help your partner out
apply
here?
it to something
What kind of
more?
considerations,
Which is why like,
do
a
you
lot of
consider when
times
deciding
in
student
TCAP,
work?
they're giving kids like hypothetical science experiments where they're like, you know, Johnny was doing this thing about lasers in his science class and he got this data. What does this data tell you about, right? It's creating a hypothetical scenario that then makes them apply that.
This is from
Okay.
13th. This is
Okay.
from last week. Like if I brought these groups, what you're saying is that because I'm going.
So what does that have, so what considerations do you, Ms. Holmes, have to have in order prior to you giving them this article?
Systems, what you think about it? Like the government system, the digestive, so they're thinking. So I give it this
Like for myself, when I write these, I end up often writing questions
Okay.
like this, and then
Okay, and
I'll just read
also
it
what
one
kind
more
of
time and be
preloading
like,
are you
okay,
gonna need?
how can I make
What
that
kind of
question
pre-learning are they gonna need in order to be able, so when they get it, they're not looking at like, what are you even talking about? The type of learning, you know there's certain vocabulary, that means you have to kind of plan before. You gotta make sure you're reading these things before so you know what you need to hit and address, or any misconceptions that might be there. So that when your students get it, it's not completely foreign. You know, we expect some areas of like, ooh, explain this, okay, no problem, but if you're spending a majority of the class going over, that means there wasn't enough pre-learning. Just some food for thought. For those of you in math and in ELA, I wanna hear from one of each. I wanna hear from Turks, I wanna hear from Ms. Daniels about your work is already created for your students. What considerations do you have when looking at the student work and ensuring the students are able to do what they need to do?
I try to go back and look at their IEPs to see what level they are already at, and if I need to go into like wording it a little differently so that they can understand it, or I try to go back and at least make the question long enough to where they're not just writing a one-word response, even if they don't understand, it's not like a one-word response. It's more thought out, and it gives them the whole 5 minutes to actually sit, go back into the story, and like find textual evidence to get back to me.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask a question? For you guys, when you guys are making these considerations for your students with IEPs, what tool are you using to identify who has?
The 504 plans or the
The IEP at a glance?
Yeah.
Where are you finding them? Where are you going to find this information? Do you guys create something for yourselves or the team for who has one?
This one created something for us for the
For ILP, correct? So what about for AE students?
We have what Dr. Avila sent out at the beginning of the year for each of those students.
So it's like a one page, I'm not
Oh, I'm
seeing,
sorry.
I don't know what it is. So one pager is a binder of IEPs? Is it
Yes, there's an idea at a glance. One of the pages, one.
I just heard multiple people reference looking at that, and I'm just wondering where we're looking at that, because that's a big lift as a teacher, so I'm trying to figure out how we're doing that process.
Okay.
So my next question was, what considerations are being made for our scholars who don't have an IEP? Who are in that approaching, who are in like mid and C, who are teetering between basic and approaching? Like what considerations are we making as it relates to student work? Are they given the same thing others are given? Do they have more questions that require them to synthesize? What? Matt had his hand up.
I did, yeah. Well, just, Ms. Daniels, when you said like, one of the things I want to work on is moving them past like one-word answers and getting more so that at least I have something to understand about their thinking. I think that's the exact right thing to do. I think a step further of that, it's like, you know some of what you expect for that answer. And it's certainly not a one-word answer, right? The next step of that is like you fully completing the answer to what you want to see on the student paper, right? And then that's your standard that you can hold them to. And as you complete it, you're starting to think of the talking points that you'll need to get there, right? So for this answer, I need, a clear statement that answers the question, and then I need text evidence, right? And you've done it yourself. Now, when you're walking around giving feedback, it's automatic. When you look at the question, you can just give one of two things. You can either say, I don't see a clear answer to the question, or I don't see text evidence. And if you see both, smiley face, check, whatever it is, right? When you're prepared and you know exactly what to expect for that question, then it's a lot easier to give quick and systematic feedback on the same thing. And that way you don't have to stop, read the question, think about a unique thing that you're gonna say to that kid. It can just be the same thing over and over again. And that consistency helps the kids internalize the skill as well.
What's that? I got you, thank you. I'm watching it too, thank you though. Mr. Turks, talk to me a little bit about what that looks like for math.
So, let's say you have a problem that you know they need a final answer. That answer may ask you may need a number line, or you may need a table or something to help you find that answer. So I would be looking for a number line before they get to their final answer. I'd be looking for a table where you put the numbers in order, graph or scatter plot.
And I'm making, and this is communicate to the students on the front end to let them know what it specifically you're looking for, or are we just hoping that's what they do? What are we thinking?
I would tell them ahead of time.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
Do that, then they have it.
Yeah, something I heard Miss, you said something before that I thought was funny about gatekeeping. Some things you don't have to hide. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. The secret comes from when the district gives us assessments. You're like, ooh, surprise. But the things that we teach our students every single day shouldn't be a secret. We should be giving them the tools, the number lines. Hey guys, I want to see a chart. The chart will help you do this, because if we do this every single day, that's going to lead, oh man, on the test, we're like, oh shoot. Mr. Turks always asks us to do a chart. They're making a chart to make sure that they're able to computate the numbers the way they need to. Right. So this has to be part of our everyday thing. You don't have to be a gatekeeper of that type of information. And the other kind of things I want you guys to really be reflective about what you have and why it's that way. Not because you think you're bomb, you're a 4. No. Do the questions on your student work really fall within the guideline? I didn't make it up. The guideline of what Webb says, okay, about where we need to be with our questioning and with the level of work that we have for our students. Last but not least, here we go. I want us to really remember this. This has to be at the forefront of our mind in every single thing that we do. Our ideal state of learning and what it should look like here at Jerry Baxter. The first part, Jerry Baxter students are engaging in thinking, reading, writing, speaking based on written, oral, and visual prompts with evidence of teacher providing multiple entryways into learning activity. That has to be at the forefront. Someone mentioned it. We had some writing in there, great stuff. Every content area, there should be some form of writing, some form of thinking, some form of strategic movements towards allowing us to get to where we need to be, right? And when those things happen, the students are actively engaged, guess what? Some of our classroom procedures, you might have classroom procedures and stuff, and they might be clearly documented, but it's kind of hard when you're trying to, if you don't have enough work and they're not constantly on the go, you're going to have challenges. Right. Okay? So that's going to have to go back to us pre-planning to making sure that the students have opportunities to do these things. This is how we reach our ideal state here at the school. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about the work being exemplar work, great work, not just some flim-flam, not no color sheets, okay? We don't have time for that. We need to make sure that our students are in our ideal state with reading, writing, thinking, speaking, and not the whole class of discussion. Put that mug on paper because the test is not a discussion, okay? I want you guys to really think about that as you're filtering through and doing your student work and thinking about, man, is this really going to let my students get to the place where we need them to be? Just put it through that filter as you move forward. That's it. Thank you, guys. I'm in a minute. All right. Anything that I said, yes. Evan said like you're for men. And those are right. Yes, we have that.
I like them boots. Shein.com.
Some serious, man.
I want to make me some coffee real quick. Make me some coffee. They're like, girl, coffee. Yep. Yeah. I need it for these last 2 blocks. Torrance, you always be on time. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Jesus coming back. Hey. All right, I'm gonna get up off of here. Let me go on and unlock my door. And I need Miss Wilson to come so she can let me make some coffee before she comes. Yes, you can, sir. Grab your bell ringer and a pencil. Where's my... Ugh. Yes.
I was like, God, I hope that's to me. I'm gonna make some coffee.
Well, my papers look good. You saw who?
Did you see what I said? Hi, did you see what where's my?
You texted me something, right?
Yes.
Right.
So I was going to put what was literally on the pink, except that was not me. But I was going to put that.
Uh-huh.
But I then flipped the paper over.
Okay.
To realize, thank you, that there was a backside.
Thank you.
And then I was like, oh, there's a backside. Then it changed because you had level 2
More.
and 3.
I knew it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say level 4.
No, I didn't think I did.
But you did have 3. And I can also tell that this is the beginning of a unit paper.
Yes.
So you're launching in.
Soon as
so
we started.
You not have like
A level 4.
You can. I mean, I did. That was the very first my open unit, and it was 4.
Gotcha.
But it's also different between science and math. Where math, you know, I could give you an explicit understanding first, and then from the explicit understanding of the DOK 1-2, I need you to in-depthly now critically analyze this.
Right.
Where you can do that in science too, but it depends also on what you're learning.
Right.
Sometimes you have to critically analyze Earth systems.
Right.
Critically my calculations.
2 minutes. I'm gonna have to come back and get this. All right, let me get up off here. I'm gonna come back live in a minute, so stay tuned.